Welcome everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the about the importance of leveraging data analytics and its relevance, especially in this pandemic. Some guidelines before we get started. We do have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the presentation today, but just in case you have any questions for us as we go along, please feel free to type it in the Q&A chat window. As always, request you to kindly follow us on LinkedIn to stay updated with our latest solutions. Well, I'm very excited today to host two very good champions from Accuvate who come with more than a decade of experience with them. They have been working very closely with our customers across the globe in multiple domains. And with their expertise in their respective domains, they have been instrumental in providing the top notch solutions to our customers. Let me quickly introduce you to them. Shanavas, he's our practice head of data and AI. He has been working very closely with our customers across domains like finance, consumer products, manufacturing, marketing, and so many more. And he's been helping them with our predictive and prescriptive data analytics solutions. Hi, Shanavas.
Hi, Poonam. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all.
Thanks, Shanavas. Nice to have you here. Along with Shanavas, we also have Serene, who is the product owner of Mesh, which is Accuvate's AI-powered autonomous intranet solution. Serene is an innovation enthusiast who has been instrumental in providing the best fit solutions around content and collaboration for all of our customers across the globe. He's been working very closely with them and helping them with their digital transformation journey. Welcome, Serene.
Hey Poonam. Hi everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Yeah.
Thanks, Serene. All right, let me give you a quick overview of what we'll be talking about today. We all know we are slowly settling down after the initial shock of the pandemic, and now is the right time for organizations around the world to strategically plan how to ensure business continuity. We all need to take a step back and relook at the way we did our work earlier and then start replanning the processes so that we can fit into this new business and operation model thanks to the new normal. While we are doing this, we all know the importance of data analytics in ensuring that there is business sustenance and also accelerating growth, not just during this pandemic, but also beyond it. In order to help our business users make informed decisions at business timely moments, it becomes very important for the digital workplace to ensure that all the relevant KPIs, insights, information that they need is easily accessible in a single place. We should not provide them an environment where they need to log into multiple different applications, right? There may be multiple different dashboarding applications, but we need to surface all the information in a single place. That's exactly what we'll be discussing in the webinar today. We will be walking you through the importance of analytics, especially during the pandemic. And then we'll also show you how we make it easier for the business users to access all the key insights through, of course, the dashboarding applications, but also in a single central place like your intranet. We'll be showcasing how it is easy to feature all your insights in an AI-powered autonomous intranet solution with Accuvate's Mesh. Before we get into the topic of discussion, I'd like to give you a quick introduction about Accuvate, and then I hand it over to the experts. So Accuvate has been in the industry for over a decade now, and over this period of time, we've had the privilege of working with a very wide variety of customers across the world, as you can see from some great logos on my screen here. The focus that we have at Accuvate here is to work very closely with the customers and help them with their digital transformation journey by leveraging the power of artificial intelligence, data analytics, knowledge mining, and all the latest technologies. Let me give you a quick few examples of some of the AI-powered data analytics solutions that we have done. There's one huge organization which was a waste management company. There we brought in an AI-powered analytics solution to help them improve the safety of their drivers and also ensure that they reduce the insurance payouts each year. Another great example is where we worked with a very large organization, a large government organization in the US, where we built their complete end-to-end data analytics solution, which helped them improve their processes across procurement, HR, and IT. There are so many more examples, right? So, in similar fashion, we have been able to deliver several large transformational projects around data analytics, content and collaboration, knowledge management, and much more for all of our customers across our world, empowering their knowledge workers to remain productive even during these challenging times. I'd like to quickly hand it over to Shanavaz now, who will walk us through the importance of data and analytics solutions. Shanavaz?
Thank you, Poonam, for setting the agenda and the brief introduction about Activate. I would want to start with the journey which enterprises take with respect to business analytics. So the first step for any enterprise is to understand that there is a need for data and to leverage the importance of data. So with that first step, enterprises begin to collect and store data in various forms. It could be structured data, unstructured data on SQL, NoSQL, or it could be on data lakes. Once they have all of their data collected, they would be able to look at what has happened in the past. Let's say I'm an enterprise who is running promotion analytics and I'm collecting data related to promotions I have been running, the sales which I have been running. And with that data, I would be able to know which promotions I'm running at one time and what is the sales that I'm getting out of those promotions. Generally, the reporting that happens around that time is all Excel based. And then enterprises transition to the modern data visualization tools and the modern BI solution where they stream and operationalize the data. It would be able to tell why certain things happened. In this case of promotional analytics, it would say I'm running a promotion at some place based on the constraints what I have. It has a higher ROI, but it is not giving me the right amount of sales which we expect. So with that, we would be able to drill down further to analyze why it is happening that way. So it could be because the promotions were run based on gut instead of looking at the data. The promotions might be running in one particular city or one particular region, which could be causing an issue. So with diagnostics, we would be able to identify why certain things happened. And then, right, the promotion what we are running is giving me the higher ROI. I would want to run it across multiple cities, multiple regions, and I would want to know what would be the sales I would get if the same promotion is running, which is the prediction aspect of it, where the machine learning and AI part plays a larger role to understand if I run the same promotions, I would be getting what kind of sales, which all comes from the past historical data, as well as there could be external factors which could be influencing the sales, like weather or social chatter, which can have an impact. Once the enterprises are here, that's when they jump into the wagon of prescriptive analytics. I have my promotions defined. I have my products defined. Now, the festive season is going to come in December. I would want to run promotions. I have been given certain budget within which I would have to run the promotions. And I have a plethora of options for running those promotions. It would be humanly impossible to come up with all the combinations of promotions that I can run and then understand the ROI of each of the promotions. That's where prescriptive analytics plays a big part, where it could do all of that for you and then prescribe which promotions to run at what point of time within the constraints you have and based on the objectives like I want to maximize my profit, or it's a new product, I want to maximize the volume. So based on that, the ML algorithm or the prescriptive analytics would be able to tell you exactly what to do. When we discuss about this journey to our customers, some of them who are at the initial stages of it are skeptical. Skeptical whether prescriptive analytics would give them the results, or can we have that in action, right? Say we all have two hats. One is a consumer hat. The other hat is what we have based on the roles what we play in our organizations where we work. As a customer, I'm seeing prescriptive analytics day in, day out with the products I'm using. Be it Facebook, be it Amazon, be it Netflix, they all tell me what to buy. They all tell me what to watch based on what I have been watching in the previous or based on what I have bought in in the past, right? So we all accept that prescriptive analytics works as consumers. But when it comes to organizations, there is this skepticism because it's it comes because we are not framing the problems right. We were in discussions with a large steel manufacturing company where they wanted to use AI and ML to better forecast, and that forecast they wanted to be better than the forecast that is being made by the demand planner. That is outright not the right problem to be framed. Data and analytics can augment human intelligence and then could help make better decisions. That's the value which the data would bring. So now we are at a point where it is augmented analytics which drives the value chain for the business. While now we are at augmented analytics, we have had to take a longer journey to reach to this point, right? We started off with traditional BI, where there would be silos of application teams, the IT teams, which would be building transactional applications. And as a side product or out of box solution, they would also have reports built without consulting with the business based on the understanding of the products what they have, which is completely built by the IT. And for every change, the users will have to go back to the IT to have their reports changed. And statistics tells that these reports, what the IT teams have been building, 80% of it were useless. Data science using the data which are residing in these applications was again siloed. There would be statistical models which would be pertaining to one particular application. Based on that, the business teams were not able to make decisions. They were not able to look at the holistic picture, which led to the modern BI solution where the role of IT teams were reduced. There was self-service analytics introduced with tools coming up like ClickView, Tableau, Power BI, etc., which enabled The business users themselves going all the way to the data, pulling the data, creating the reports and visuals, which would make their decisions. And then we had our data scientists who had access to the backend, who would build data models for these businesses and then tell them what exactly to do to improve their top line, bottom line. So that was self-service analytics during the modern BI time. From there, with AI and ML getting predominance, we moved on to augmented analytics, where the IT role was still minimized. The IT now builds only the data models that is needed for the business. The data models are semantic in nature, which any business user would be able to just pull. They can be data scientists or the citizen data scientists who could build their own self-service decision science models from the data. They could go back to their data lakes to pull all of this data, and AI and ML also helps them with creating visuals. There is this automation learning, which I can use to create predictive and prescriptive analytics without even having machine learning competence or understanding coding in R and Python. So that's where we were when we were in the beginning of 2020. And then this pandemic happened. There was a lot of chaos around data and analytics because the customer behavior was changing. There were restrictions in movement imposed by governments across, which is affecting the supply chains. So the models which we were using, the machine learning models, the AI models, the statistical models, what we had, were not giving us the optimized output. Some of the models were even failing because of the output being out of range. So all of this initially drove a lot of skepticism around data and analytics future, right? There were a lot of sectors which were impacted, and the impact was across due to various parameters. Like the retail sector was affected, the travel and hospitality sector was affected. It was affected due to parameters like change in consumption behavior. Me as a customer today, I don't go out much. I would want to spend less. I would want to save more. I would always pick up on trusted brands. The pandemic has changed the way I shop. I would go to Instacart or Amazon to buy my things than going to a shop to look for the items what I need. So all of this had changed the way we have been working traditionally. And this had also had an impact on the data analytics initially. But when the teams and enterprises came into a grip with the situation, then they started realizing the potential of what data could do to support the critical business priorities. Some of the critical business priorities which enterprises have been working are around one, protecting and supporting their employees. A lot of these enterprises rolled out sentiment analysis to many of their employees so that they could have tailored engagement programs when people are working from home, when there is no face-to-face interactions with their employees, when all of the interactions have gone virtual and people have to constantly talk on video calls or on phone calls. We have also had to look at the data for, say, optimizing my remote workforce or planning my workforce based on their availability. The other key concern has been to have my employees safe. How could we keep our workforce safe while continuing to run our business? Data has played a critical part in sustaining this and also ensuring that the employees are safer. The second thing is around making informed and strategic decisions as well as financial decisions based on data. Be it creating scenario modeling for COVID-19 or be it identifying the top SKUs which would drive my business. This concept of 20% of the SKUs running 80% of the business has been there for almost 40 years in the industry. But the pandemic has accelerated the way this concept is adopted, and our customers mostly have looked at those SKUs or the products which they have to concentrate using the capability of data. So we have worked with customers to identify the SKUs that would drive the business. The other part is with the change in consumer behavior, there is a change around planning for market demand. We are not able to predict what would be the demand in near future. So that we were able to solve based on the data from other sources, including stringency index from Oxford or John Hopkins data or mobility data from Google, or it could be competitor analysis. So all of those we were able to use, and then historical data which was similar to earlier incidents like these, we were able to leverage and use that to predict what the market demand would be. The third one, which was most affected and which was the topmost priority, was supply chain. How do we trust my suppliers? How do we trust my vendors? Again, data played a key role in identifying the vendors which would be able to deliver on time as promised, which improved my service levels. Analytics and data helped in forecasting to minimize the supply chain risk in that way. The other aspects of supply chain was to optimizing the delivery routes. This has been there for quite a while, but now with the increased demand for e-commerce deliveries, there is more focus on reaching the customer as soon as possible to deliver the product at the right time. And how do I reduce the supply chain costs? So all of this, we have been working with customers to help them make their supply chain resilient. The fourth is about customer engagement. With Customer 360 analytic solutions, what we have now with the pandemic, though the consumer behavior has changed, we are able to segregate the customers based on the value which the customers bring in. We are able to identify the root cause for potential churns, the reasons behind the potential churn. And this has helped enterprises to come up with offers that are personalized for the customers, be it in the banking sector, say, be it interest waivers for a limited period of time for the customers based on their loyalty, or be it giving offers for customers who have been loyal for a certain brand or a large period of time. So all of this has happened post pandemic. There has been a sense of increased collaboration now more than ever. The pandemic has brought or broken down the silos which were existing prior to this, right? Supply chain teams were working separate, manufacturing teams were working separate. We had marketing teams and analytics teams all working in silos without talking to each other. Now they had to look at the same data. If they wanted to optimize their production lines, the supply chain team had to talk to the analytics team and marketing team. For one of the large automobile industry based out of in India, the supply chain team started looking at market data for automotive sales. They used the market data to predict the demand for their vehicles. And in the process, they just realized that the same data had been used by their marketing team for God knows ages. So that's another advantage which the pandemic brought, which has accelerated in implementing or leveraging data what the enterprises already had with them. And all of this is happening at a rapid pace now. We are seeing truly agile enterprises, things which could have easily taken us 6 months are being done now in weeks time. It can be done in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Enterprises are ready to get out the clutter of the scope, and then they are focusing on the MVP, the minimum viable product, so that they could run their business and also derive value out of it. They are looking at data science for getting quicker insights. Also, this pandemic has enabled the frontline teams to look at data and analytic solutions to make informed decisions. Earlier, the frontline teams had always had to go one level up to make any of the decisions. As I was talking about customer engagement, now the frontline teams can look at a dashboard for every customer and then see if that customer has a higher probability of churn, and they could come up with their own customized offer looking at the pattern what they see based on the customer's profile, and they are able to reduce the churn rate for the entire enterprise. So this has enabled the frontline teams to make informed decisions and help grow the business. We have seen that earlier before the pandemic, there would be a lot of noise around data quality. I would not say that that has totally gone now, but the models what we have seen, though it might not be working 100%, enterprises have chosen to adopt the same models and then see what they delivered. So they are framing the problem right. They are looking at improving the efficiency using data instead of looking at an end-to-end solution. Today, they work in an agile way where they create a model for, say, 2 weeks, push data into it, productionize it, see what is the output, and then keep tweaking the model based on the other parameters that keep flowing into the model. So there is a lot of sense of comfort which has happened over the period of couple of months, where the enterprises are okay with data not being of higher quality. They still have to work on improving it, but they are ready to use them in the models, and they are ready to improve the efficiency, augmenting with the existing human or existing people whom they have in the organization. The other thing what I want to touch upon is we have seen that the enterprises which have invested heavily on creating standard tools, which have invested heavily in building their data lakes, building data warehouses, building reporting solutions, and also have the capability for big data, have survived this pandemic very well. These are the organizations which are typically on the diagnostic analytics or on the predictive and prescriptive analytics phase. So these are some of the changes, the impact what we have seen on the data and analytics side of things, which the pandemic has brought. And as there is a saying, if I think we follow something for more than 66 days, that would become an habit. That 66 days number is debatable, but you get the point. So we have seen that there is a tremendous change in terms of the efficiency the data and analytics has driven to make informed decisions over the period of months starting from 2020. And these are the trends which are going to stay with us. These would become case studies for the enterprises which are on the lower maturity level, right? So if enterprises are just starting to look at collecting data and storing data, these case studies would help them leverage data and analytics and help them leap to predictive and prescriptive analytics quicker. While we are discussing about this, I would want to just quickly walk you through some of the reports and dashboards which we have been working during the pandemic. Let me just switch my screen to some of the dashboards which I think would be relevant. I would be just quickly walking through each of these dashboards. The current dashboard, what you see is on the IT ops side of it, with the business priority being to drive the costs down. There has been an increased focus to keep the services up and running because there is a reputation risk, and if my service is not up, my customer is going to go somewhere else. So this dashboard gives me a high level overview of what are my current problems and incidents. How is my uptime for my infrastructure? What are the applications? Are they down? Are they up? What is the health of my databases? How is my network? So all of this, we can look at it in a single pane. And if something goes down, we would be able to quickly take actions from here in this solution. This also has elements which are related to cost optimization. The other dashboard what we have is around promotions. How effective are the promotions that we are running is of highly significant during the pandemic. So the promotions what we are running now on the items which are giving me the most business, is it driving the required ROI? That can be viewed from this dashboard to see if my promotions are effective. There is an increased focus on employee safety. So we have a couple of dashboards around employee safety, how we can improve the safety of the employees. This is an HR analytics dashboard where it tells me whether the current workforce, is it satisfied? What is their level of satisfaction based on the sentiment analytics, what we do? And how is their work-life balance? There is an increased focus now on work-life balance since most of us are working from home, and with constant video calls and talking on phones, it becomes little monotonous. So the HR teams are looking at employee well-being from these dashboards. The other dashboard what we had to build was for one of the companies on the health and pharma space. They were looking at detecting anomalies in their price for the products for different accounts. So this is a classic case of augmented analytics where we are bringing machine learning, using it to detect anomalies in prices and then surfacing it as dashboards. And we also have an element where we have combined Power Apps and Power BI together. Say I can click on this particular anomaly and then see what is that anomaly. And I could also from here decide whether this is a right anomaly or not, which goes as a feedback to the ML model and it refines the visuals. We have been working closely with organizations on the supply chain side of things, where we have dashboards built to monitor the service levels, also to monitor the out of stock levels in comparison to the market trend. So the dashboard here, it says what has been the service levels and what would be the service level in future. So it has the predictive element which is being brought in as a dashboard. So someone who's working on the ML model doesn't have to have ML competency. Everything is presented to them as a dashboard here. We also have the forecast accuracy and forecast bias. We have the bottom 5 country, the ABC classification, all of it on this dashboard. The other one which I want to briefly touch upon is the ability of Power BI to connect with Azure Cognitive Services. So for the travel industry, this dashboard would be able to help based on the feedback which the users are giving. So the cognitive services text analytics classifies whether a particular review given by a customer is positive or negative. So I can look at positive reviews or negative reviews and then I could improve. And the images are recognized by the Azure Cognitive Service, and we would be able to filter based on, say, the beach or the bushes or the chair from Power BI itself. Apart from this, recently we have also seen that looking at these dashboards, we don't have to go to, say, Power BI service. We have the ability to look at the Power BI dashboards from within Teams. This was a very recent feature, which was released where we could look at the dashboards from within the Teams here. I'm sorry about this little window. Yeah, so I could do an analysis within my Teams without leaving Teams, which is my default collaboration platform, right? So the dashboard here tells how can I optimize my workplace? When we are planning now to return to offices, I would want to look at what is my office capacity and how it is being utilized. So this dashboard helps with that. And within Teams, we also have the ability to pick up a particular dashboard. I can share it to, say, a person or a channel in the team, and we could collaborate on any of these dashboards within the premises of Teams. So this is what has happened during the pandemic. We have seen an increase in adoption of data and analytics, and we have seen a lot of improvements around the tools what we have in the market to use augmented analytics and automation learning, right? Which is fantastic. And we see that the world now is completely green. But is it all green on this other side of the world? Maybe, or maybe not. With the evolution of analytics, what we have increasingly seen while enterprises move from traditional to modern BI to augmented analytics, the reporting what we have has evolved over a period of time. Traditional, we had the IT teams building the reports for us. Modern BI, we have self-service analytics. Still, there are reports which were built by the traditional BI teams, which are there in use by the business users. And with self-service analytics, there are different business users in different functional silos creating their own reports, which other people might not be aware. So with the swarm of reports spread across, how do I get right insights at the right time has been a challenge. This has been, we have been hearing this over and over again from the conversations what we have with our customers. One of our customers was saying that he was working on a report for almost a month to find that a similar kind of report was already built by someone in this team from a different region. So all his time and effort, what he spent, was not of much effectiveness. And then we also have seen that, say today I go to a meeting, I prepare for it, and then a week later I stumble upon a dashboard or a report which would have helped me make a better decision in the meeting which I did a week ago. And all of these pain points is also echoed by the top 10 analytics trend, which was released by Gartner for 2020. So Gartner is saying the dashboards what we have would slowly decline, and there would be increased prevalence of analytics or insights which would be surfaced to users, streamed to them at the right time so that they could make the right decisions based on their role. So with all these pain points, we have been pondering what could be the solution. So a potential solution could be where we have all of my data and reports which are consolidated and I can view it in a single pane. I would be able to search for the right KPIs within a single tool, track all of my reports within that tool, and I would be able to collaborate within the tool. Say I could pick up on a KPI, click on a chat window, pull in someone with whom I have to collaborate and ask questions. We could clear up things then and there. So once this consolidation happens, to this, if we apply context using AI and ML, that would tell me, say, based on the conversations what I'm having in Teams or based on the conversations what we are having on email, if these KPIs can be surfaced at the right time to me to make right decisions, that would be the best part. And to that, if we add my role, say someone else who is working on supply chain has similar kind of reports, if those can be surfaced to me to say, hey, this is something which your colleague is looking at, would you be interested? This is something which is like Netflix for reporting. So we have been thinking about the solution, we have been debating about the solution, and I was talking to Sareen and their team. They have built a solution around this, which is called Mesh, which is more on the data side, on the content side, which brings in the right content to the right user at the right time. So I went and asked Sareen, can something like this be done for data? He was like, dude, of course we can do. So let's hear more from Sareen. Over to you, Sareen.
Thank you, Shanavas. Thanks for giving all the details about data. Let me share my screen just a second. Here we go. Yeah, I think we are there. So as Shanavas was telling, a lot of data and a lot of reports can be created and it can be made available. But how to make it? I mean, there are silos of reports which are getting created by IT team and self-service reporting or shared by various people. So all of this, how to reach or how to utilize it in such a way that overall productivity will be increased. So basically, we applied our Mesh 3.0 concept or Mesh 3.0 platform to the data part also. So before giving the usage of how we utilized Mesh for data, before that, let me give you a quick overview of or the concept of what Mesh 3.0 is. Let me take a minute for this. So this diagram shows the overall concept, and right side you can see all the different applications which is there in your organizations, like Office 365 applications or LOB applications, shared service applications like CRM, ERP. So all those together we call it as organization knowledge. And there is another layer called organization memory. So basically the classification of content or tagging of the content or people segregation, like departments, location, and various people segregations or business process segregations or governance, all this information which is about the actual applications or actual knowledge is, we call it as organization memory. And the other aspect is the people's profile, basically based on the behavior of the people or based on what kind of activities they are doing, what kind of preferences they have, and what kind of role and location they are part of. So based on all these different aspects, an intelligent profile is getting generated, so that the personalized experience of the overall knowledge which is there within the organization can be delivered. And if you see, uh, every employee is just looking for that. They don't want everything, all the mess which is there within the organization, but they want exactly what they want. The personalized experience is what people are expecting, and that is what Mesh 3.0 is all about. So Mesh 3.0 basically is, our mesh solution is related to any kind of data like documents or news articles, rather any kind of data we deal with, and including the reporting data also, the dashboards and KPIs also we do personalize and get it into the one single window. So here I've jotted down 8 key points which will give a wow factor, or which will give advantage for the executives to by utilizing mesh intranet solution. So the first aspect is multi-channel accessibility. So people are on the go, and accessing over mobile or different applications is a basic need for anyone. And all these dashboards, which might be spread across different applications, or maybe created by different people, all of them can be accessed in one in the application which I'm using. So either it be mobile device, or maybe I'm working on MS Teams within Teams, or a chatbot. So multiple channels is a need, and that we are addressing as first thing. And the other aspect is, as I've said, personalization and recommendation. Apart from all the content related ones, all the reports and KPIs can be personalized for the user. So as I've said, or Shanavas was mentioning, there are so many reports getting created by IT team, or this as a part of self-service analytics. But all of them need to be personalized, and it should be recommended for me. So we have a recommendation engine and a personalization engine, as the profile is getting generated and all. So I mean, the complete personalized experience, we got it into reports also. And the other part is timely decisions. So from my perspective, or generally, any reports anybody wants to see, any executive wants to see, is to make right decisions. Right decisions, yes, but right time, right decisions is very critical also. So any moment people being able to access the reports is going to give a big advantage for most of the executives. And having up-to-date key metrics. So we have integration engines in such a way that live data can be pulled and live data can be shown to the user in all the accessible ways. So being up to date is going to be a key thing, and which we are addressing here. And the other aspect which long time people are asking, and that's the reason dashboards and single point of views most of the executives are asking for. So we got all the dashboards into one single pane, and of course not just dashboards, but any kind of content within the organization we are getting into one single window. So the mesh intranets window, and within that window even reports also comes, and the reports are personalized, and people based on the people's preferences and various personalized aspects, we're getting the reports to the users in a single pane. And the other aspect most of the people are looking for is being notified. So in a practical scenario, people might have to be in track, I mean, have to track all the reports, what kind of things are happening in each and every moment, but they can't stare on the screen for 24 hours a day. But to address this, various applications like Power BI, Tableau, or various applications, they have alerting mechanism. So that alerting mechanism is connected to the users applications. So the intranet and mobile device and various users applications, so that user will be notified with the right KPIs or right alerts within the reports. And of course, search is one of the powerful part within our intranet, or within our solution. And that powerful search engine we are applying for reporting also. So all the reports which are there in the organization, of course, we are checking point whether the user has permissions or not. So within that permission limits itself, user will be able to search for reports and find the reports using various criteria and all. So that is going to be a powerful tool. And of course, socializing and collaboration is one of the key things which need to be added to any kind of scenarios. So we got that scenario into the reporting thing also, so that people can share their opinions, their comments, or they can project their different perspectives also, with which overall reporting thing can be enhanced. So these are the 8 key areas which I thought to mention. So let me show you a demo of some of the aspects within our intranet. Let me shift. I've taken 2 personas for this. So the first persona which I've taken is Tom Sawyer. So he is a supply chain manager, and as you can see, this is an intranet landing page. This is one of the popular interface, continuous feed with personalized information. And you can see within MS Teams an application is added, the intranet application, mesh application, and within that user is able to access the complete intranet content. Here, since Tom Sawyer is a supply chain guy, let me directly jump into the reporting part. So here, Tom is able to see all the recommended dashboard and KPI elements. So some are coming from Tableau and some are coming from Power BI. So I mean, what Tom Sawyer wants to focus on, those things are directly showing up based on his preferences and the recommendations which engine is taking care. So there is a dashboard view, the complete dashboard view, where rest of the reports, the key recommended ones and preferred ones he's seeing on the landing page, but all the rest of the reports he is able to access from this dashboard view, where he can search, he can filter out, and various things he could do. And all these reports are directly connected. It is an interactive report. So if the user wants or Tom wants to explore directly, he can directly interact with the reports. Then here itself, it need not go into the Power BI applications at all. So let me take another scenario, another user persona I took, Gia. So who is an HR manager, and since she is an HR manager, she would see different kind of reports which are related to her. So she's seeing all the reports like employee satisfaction or utilization by month, and employee and various HR related aspects she is able to see. Let us look into the detailed report or the dashboard view of the HR manager. And you can see here notifications. She has set some alerts and notifications for the reports, and she's able to see the reports, and all these alerts will be based on the preferences or based on the priority. It will be pinging the user, similar to how WhatsApp or Facebook kind of alerts comes to the user over their mobile or maybe on Teams. So that way user will be notified. So basically what we are trying to get here is trying to get the overall experience of how people are interacting with the reports. Yeah, the solid powerful reports are getting generated, but the overall experience, if it is increased and accessibility increased, then overall productivity and business efficiency naturally will increase. So yeah, that's what Shanavas I thought to show in the demo today.
Sure, Sarin, that's fantastic. This would definitely help our business users to look at all of the dashboards, irrespective of whether they are on Tableau or they are currently migrating their reports to Power BI. They would be able to get a sense from a single pane, and they have the ability to search for the reports. And the best part is the context awareness, where they are able to look at the right KPIs at the right time. So this is certainly which would help the business to make the right decisions or make informed decisions.
That's true. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Sure.
that was a good demo. So Poonam,
Yeah,
do
sure.
we have
Thanks.
you have
Yeah,
any questions?
thanks, Shanavas, and thanks, Reen. So that was definitely very informative. And as we've been speaking through, there have been some questions that have come in. So I'll quickly run by them. I know we are almost on time. So Shanavas, this one is for you. What type of Power BI license is needed for integrating the reports, etc., with the intranet solution?
The licensing, what we would need is a Power BI Pro. So as long as the user has access to the reports, the same can be surfaced on the intranet as well. So they would be using the same Active Directory credentials to access it. It could be Power BI Pro or it could be Power BI Premium. So if it is on Power BI Premium and then it's shared through an app, readers who don't have Power BI Pro license would also be able to view it.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Um, there's one more. So apart from data visualization, where does augmented analytics apply in BI?
Yeah, that's a good question. Um, so apart from data visualization, augmentation is currently being used for data management. All of the cloud services, what we have, has the capability to augment it to better manage databases, better manage data lakes, and also in the ETL process where we are transforming the data, we are seeing increased use of machine learning, AI, etc. for data transformation and improving the data quality as well.
Sure. Thanks, Shanavas. We just have two more quick ones. I think I'll just direct these to Serene. So Serene, there is a question around the intranet. So can alerts and notifications be configured from all the dashboarding applications?
Yes, alerting and notification is supported by most of the applications like Tableau, Power BI, Dash. So various applications support metric-based alerts, and those can be pulled and we can reach it. We can surface it to the users. That is possible. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, great. And the last one here. So can I extend my search scope to all my dashboard applications?
Yes, in fact, Mesh 3.0, the power of Mesh 3.0 is the enterprise search. So all the applications which are there within the organizations, we will be able to make it searchable. And yes, reporting also all the reports and key metrics, whatever are there, we can make it searchable. So yes, it is possible.
Right. So I think there is one more that is just uh, no, I don't see it. Sorry, that was my bad. So we are almost on time. So this was definitely a great session. I mean, we walked through entire story right from the evolution of analytics, how it's been helping decision makers, and then what's been the impact thanks to the pandemic, and how we can overcome it and still leverage all the data that we've been accumulating to make better informed decisions. And by doing all that, I'm sure we can ensure business sustenance, not just through the pandemic, but even once we are beyond it, we can ensure the business growth. Along with that, we also saw how it would be better off for our business users if we could surface all the required KPIs, reports, insights, etc., right within the central location like the intranet. And thanks to the demo that Sareen just showed us as part of the session, it is really super helpful. And then bring in AI into the mix wherein you're able to surface the relevant reports to the relevant end users. Like I saw the HR person looking at only the HR reports versus the supply chain person looking at only their reports and so on. So there is so much more that we can explore, and there's so much more which I'm sure we can share about it. So in case there are people who want to know more about it and want to get a detailed session on our Power BI and analytics and offerings, as well as the content and collaboration solution that is Mesh, we would be glad to share all the information. Please feel free to reach out to us at info@accurate.com. And I appreciate your time on the call with us today. It's great having all of you. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks all. Bye bye.